دروغ و فریب همه را می آزارد، اما مردم ایران را بیش از همه آزرده است. خمینی دجال به مردم ایران دروغ گفت و بعد از اون بزرگترین فاجعه تاریخ ایران به وجود اومد. یک فاجعه 30 ساله. اما این حاکمیت همچنان هم دروغ میگه و هر کسی رو که باهاش همدست میشه به دروغ و فریب تشویق میکنه. در ماجرای لیبرتی هم اونهایی که خط و خواسته رژیم آخوندی رو اجرا کردند اومدن تصاویری نشون دادن که خب دروغ بود و وقتی تصاویر واقعی نشون داده شد بسیاری رو خشمگین کرد. بگذارید بروز این خشم رو از آنچه طرفهای مربوطه در مورد لیبرتی انجام دادند در سخنان یکی از شخصیت‌های برجسته حامی مقاومت ایران گوش کنیم. سخنان تامریج، وزیر امنیت آمریکا در سالهای 2003 تا 2005.
And I would just simply hope, to the extent that you have an ability to influence and talk to those and interact with those at Camp Ashraf and around the world, the diaspora that's supporting the MEK, that they understand that many of us here on the dais were aware of the representations made to Mrs. Rajavi as well, and we believe them too. And they turned out to be false, a hoax, a cruel hoax. I was talking to the leadership the other day. They need about 120,000 liters of water, I think, a day for the 400 people there. They got about a quarter of that. Electricity on sometimes, off sometimes. People haven't showered for a week. And you think of that in terms of the second organization whose credibility is at stake, and that's the UN High Commission for Refugees. Founded in 1950. Went twice winners of the Nobel Peace Prize because of the work they've done globally. It's an extraordinary organization. But our appeal has to go out to them and go out and to Ambassador Colbert and the Secretary General and Antonio Guterres. Representations were made that were wrong. And we're not about to spend a lot of time accusing people, although somebody's got to figure out why they were made, and perhaps Professor Dershowitz's suggestion is correct. At some point in time, why did you say what you said when you knew it was wrong? But having said that, our appeal to them today, fix it. Take care of it now. And you know who'd be willing to do it for you? The residents of Camp Ashraf. Now, you made the decision to leave Camp Ashraf, and for the good Lord, I have no idea why, but if you're going to have them at Camp Liberty, look what they built at Camp Liberty. They can take care of themselves if you give them the tools to do it down there. Get out of their way, they'll fix it. And then finally, you just can't pick up a newspaper, turn on a talk show or radio show and not talk about America's relationship with the Middle East and what's going on in the Middle East. I remember talking to a political leader in the Middle East many years ago. He said, you know, the number one challenge, there are three real problems in this part of the world. I said, well, what are they, sir? He said, Iran, Iran, and Iran. Absolutely correct. Isn't it fascinating to you that you've got Iran on one side and you've got Syria on the other, and that's a nexus there. They're a surrogate. I mean, Iran is supporting them. And in spite of all the public support, which seems to be waning about the Arab Spring, very little, no condemnation of Iran in 2009, no condemnation of 2011. Fascinating, and we're still trying to figure out what we're going to do. I mean, we got a lot of the UN together because we were afraid of what was going to happen in Benghazi, and yet there's almost 6,000 Syrians been killed, and we're still twiddling our thumbs trying to figure out what we're going to do. Or, by the way, the UN has had 4 series of sanctions. How they worked out? We've had the MEK on the list since 97 or 99 because we thought we could negotiate, talk to them. How's that worked out? A long time ago, people said, put up a naval blockade, keep the oil out of Iran, refined oil. They got a lot of natural resources, but you put the economy in a dumpster if you can keep refined oil. We haven't even bothered trying that. So we've been talking to them, negotiating, hoping against hope. And as some of the previous speakers have talked about, this is Iran. Look at the history. They're responsible for killing American soldiers, by the way, in Afghanistan and Iraq. They're responsible for the assassination of President Hariri in Lebanon. By the way, whose wife once told me, in our part of the world, you'd be better respected than liked. I don't want to be liked by the Iranians government. I want to be loved by the Iranian people. This government can do, Secretary Clinton can do, President Obama can do, everybody associated with this history. One, immediate, clarion call, signal. U.S., we stand by our word. We stand by our conviction for human rights. We stand by the people who we promised to provide for their safety and security. Mullahs, Ahmadinejad, we're going to delist the MEK. Deal with it. Thank you.